Something about you feels so different. Yeah, you mess me up inside.
Hello, welcome to my channel. okay, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you've been here, how you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're well. So today I'll be showing you how I achieved this look using canacolon hair or braiding hair, whatever you know it as, and I used just one pack, very affordable, to get this kind of sweet goddess like queen like look. You know, especially if you're black queen, like you need to do this. Like this hair is giving, you can tell that this hair is giving. So make sure to tune in, stay put, watch, enjoy the clip, and make sure to try it out. Like I would love to hear from you guys. Let's get right into it. The colors are color 27 and orange, and this is a pack. So when I went to the market, they mixed it for me. So they removed half of this and half of that and mixed it. So I'm going ahead to cut it. You want to take each color, cut it into two, and take it again and cut into two. So at the end you'll be having like 4 sections. After cutting them, then you start to combine it. I took 2 pieces of the orange and 1 piece of the color 27 and joined them together. So I started to mix them by separating and joining. Due to this method, I'm not that comfortable and conversant with it. I had to change the method in which I was trying to combine the 2 colors. You would soon see the clip. After this step, when I got tired of doing this because it was not working for me, I had to sit down. At this point, I've realized that the orange is still too shouty for me, so I took another color 27 and added. So that is it being equal, 2 pieces of color 27 and 2 pieces of color orange, and I combined them. So what I was just typically doing here is I'll put it on my laps and brush, make sure that the attach is now divided, like separated strand by strand. You don't want it to still be clumped up together. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm making sure each part has orange and color 27. Brush, turn, brush, turn. If you have another way to do this, then fine, but this is like the best and easier way for me. Don't worry about the hairs, a lot of hairs that you're seeing coming out. I had to deal with that later. After combining, this is what it's looking like. You can see it looking ginger now and not more orange. So this is what I did to the pieces. I had to go back and start to separate it. It didn't take me too long. So this is just to prevent you from wasting attach and make sure you have a lot by the time you are doing the hair. So I'm using the regular wig cap you can get from your local store. So this one is a net type. You put in the crochet. Make sure you're not putting it in a single hole. Make sure you're putting in like 3 to 4 holes to prevent it from like tearing. Then I crochet the hair, normal way to crochet, loop it in, take it and then loop the hair into the hole, into the knot, and tie it. Take your needle, put it into 3 to 4 holes of the net. Take your attach, make sure it's folded into 2 equal parts, thereby creating a loop. Then you pass the loop through the hole, and then the small loop you now have, you take the attach and pass through it. Yeah. So here I'm going ahead to show you guys what I just did. I went through the perimeters of the hair, throughout the back, the side, the front, and the thick band above the cap. If you're using this wig cap, you will surely see what I'm telling you about. Then this side, I'm taking my attach, passing it, and only looping 1 strand of the hair through it. Here I'm trying to create like a center pattern. That is the look I'm going for. I don't want it to be like a rounded fringe kind of look. I had to show you guys how I was crocheting the back. I was taking it in bigger pieces and I was crocheting it with space, and then the next level I'll crochet in each space below. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you can see it. So now on this top part, the net is not as fragile and elastic as the other part below, so you want to be careful here because it's too fragile. So what I was doing was I was just going through the thick part of the net, like all those black drawings you are seeing. That was where I was passing my needle to crochet to avoid it ripping apart, because if I crochet on the normal net, it's going to rip apart for sure. So that's that. Put that in mind, like have it in your mind. And when I was done crocheting the whole hair, this is what it was looking like. This is that center part I did. So this is what it's looking like for now. I will still fix that later. So here I'm going ahead to show you guys how I rolled it on my roller or coiler to give me the coils effects I had as the result. So I just twisted the root to try and bring the hairs together. Then you just take your roller. So you want to put the hair without twisting it. Just roll it on the roller without twisting it. Let it just be flat. Then after rolling the ends on the roller, I would now slant it and start to roll my roller up towards the hair. And as I'm going, I'm like slanting it so that it will not be like on each other directly. Then at a point when I've reached like half the length of the hair and half the length of my roller, I'll then start to twist the hair while putting it on the roller. So we're having like two different kinds of twists as we go. So two different kinds of coils. So the twisted coils and the non-twisted coils. Twist the end to bring it together. Brush. Take your hair. Roll the ends on your roller to secure the ends. Then you start to roll your roller on the hair going up, and then start to twist and roll. Don't forget to trim the excess hairs after rolling your hair. And the next step will be to put it into hot water. So you want to make sure that your water, you put a hot boiling water. You can use the bar for anything you have. Then you take a conditioner, put into the water, mix it. The conditioner is to help it, to help the attach soften up, because you want the attach to have some body and movement to it. You don't want it to be too stiff. Then you take the wig and everything, you dip it into the hot water. Make sure you saturate the hair very well with the hot water. Don't leave it there for too long. You take it out and you dry it. Now make sure that this whole thing gets dried before you start unraveling the coils. So yeah, this part is so satisfying. Like, oh god, this part is so satisfying. So you want to, when you're unraveling it, you want to turn it opposite direction of how you like coiled it initially.
Something about you feels so different. Yeah, you mess me up inside. It's like your energy was kissing my soul back to life.
Once we're done taking out all the rollers, all the coilers from the hair, now we have to start separating the coils. Now, this is exactly why I crocheted before coiling, because it makes it easier to separate the coils. I just use the crochets, like each strand of crochet, I start to separate it, and that is me separating the hair, and it will help to like reduce the frizz. So that's just what I'm doing here. I hope you can see it clearly.
Every message that I send you.
Now, if you want to reduce the frizzy ends, I would advise you take your scissors and cut the ends a little bit before you unravel. So now I'm showing you guys, this is like after separating each crochet to separate the coils. So now I'll now take each crochet again and separate it more and more, depending on how big you want your hair to be or how loose you want the coils to be. So like for that strand of crochet, I separated it into 4, for some into 5, some into 3, just depending. Part I didn't separate was that front fringe part. So now we're done with the hair, and this is what it's looking like. It's looking so beautiful. I've not trimmed or shaped it. Now I'm showing you that center part. You see that the hair was still showing, so I went ahead and took a comb to tease it. That is combing backwards to try and make that part a little bit like rough, so that there'll be hairs to cover it, and as you can see, it's covered up. Now I took my scissors and I started to trim it on the mannequin head, trim the excess hairs that is like hanging around. I didn't do much because you want to put it on your head to make sure that it's framing your face well. So this is where I put it on my head and making sure that I'm cutting the fringe part on my own face to make sure that it is at the length I want it to be. Ta-da-da! This is the final result. I'm loving it. I look and feel like a goddess. Like, oh God, is it so long since I dolled up like this with this type of hair? Like something that shouts bold, confident. Oh God, I'm loving it, and wow, that's all I have to say. Like seriously, I just don't know what to say. One thing why I crocheted the hair through the perimeters is so that even if the breeze is to blow it, like it will not be so bad, it will not look so bad, it will look okay, like it will not look too bad for what you might like, something like that. It's not going to blow it like this, but just in case. Yeah, the wig cap, because of this thing here, I couldn't crochet it on it, so that is just that. But yeah, and get into my makeup, like get into it, just get into it. I just tried these stars in the eyes today. How do you see it? I hope you can see it. It's giving, it's giving, it's giving. Just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video. And especially if you're going to try this out, make sure to let me know. Follow the steps accordingly to get the same look. I love you. Bye.